Welcome back to our pregame conversation with birthday boy, Reds manager Terry Francona. Tito, we were talking about Ellie and the confidence, and you say he's getting shorter right-handed. Can that almost help him a little bit in his left-handed swing, too, just to show how much damage he can do with even a shorter swing?
You know, I've talked to hitters like Jose Ramirez, and when he feels good from one side, it kind of goes to the other. Not everybody's like that. His swing is kind of different from both sides. But again, I come back to the confidence. If they're making you switch at bats, but you're 2 for 3 with a home run, you're probably feeling okay about yourself.
It is your birthday. I'm sure you'd love to get out of here with a sweep. You know the guy across the way really well, Nick Martinez. How do you attack him now as an opponent?
Well, one, we love him. I saw him when I was leaving last night, man. I'm big hug in the hallway. I know we're facing him. When we want to beat his brains out, and you know he wants to shut us out. But that doesn't take away our fondness or our respect for him, because he's one of the really great teammates I've ever seen in this game.
Is it tough sometimes for guys to face former teammates that are so revered?
You know what? It's almost like beating up your big brother or little brother. Like you want to kill him, but you love him. And I hope that's the mentality. I think we'll be okay.
That's Reds manager Terry Francona. The Reds go for the series sweep in their 6th straight win in Tampa shortly. Yid's got more of the pregame show next on the Reds Radio Network.
Well-trained and ready to go to work for you. If you're a contractor looking to grow your business, we'd love to talk to you. Learn more at ibew915.org.
If Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters during a home game, visit the voucher for a free Busch Gardens ticket at any Cain's Furniture location within 5 days of the game. Restrictions apply. For more information, just visit CainsStrikeout.com.
Before we get to starting lineups, let's pause for station identification. This is the Rays Baseball Network. Alongside Andy Freed and Chris Adams-Wall, I'm Neil Solondz from St. Petersburg. Rays getting set to take on the Reds on this Wednesday afternoon. Chris Miller, engineer in the booth. Austin Platt was too good to join us for lunch, but he's going to produce with us today for this ball game. And Chris Mathis back at our network studio. It's time to take a look at our injury update. It's from Orlando Health at Bayfront Hospital. Visit orlandohealth.com/Bayfront to learn more. And for the Rays, they've got Garrett Clevenger on rehab assignment. He's with AAA Durham. We'll keep you posted on the rest of the injured Rays as we go, but that is our injury update from Orlando Health at Bayfront Hospital. Visit orlandohealth.com/Bayfront to learn more. Our out-of-town scoreboard is from Visit Tampa Bay. Vacation like a champ. Make your game plan at visitTampaBay.com. The Rays' next opponent, the Twins, have night games in New York against the Mets today and tomorrow. So they're going to get in pretty late Friday morning before they'll begin a weekend set with the Rays. They did win the first of 3 with the Mets yesterday, 5-3, as the Mets have lost 12 in a row. One game going on as we speak in Major League Baseball. The Marlins trying to win one against the Cardinals and a 2-0 lead at home in the bottom half of the 4th. And again, that's our out-of-town scoreboard from Visit Tampa Bay. Vacation like a champ. Make your game plan. Visit TampaBay.com. Next up, our starting lineups from Republic Bank. Time to thrive. The Cincinnati Reds under birthday boy Terry Francona are 16-8. That's one of the best records in the major leagues right now, just behind the Dodgers in terms of success, as well as the San Diego Padres. TJ Friedel will lead it off. He's in center field. Matt McLain bats second. He'll be at second base. Ellie De La Cruz homered from both sides of the plate yesterday. He hits number 3 and plays shortstop. Sal Stewart, who's tied for the major league lead with Yordan Alvarez and runs batted in with 24, will bat cleanup. He'll be at first base. Eugenio Suarez makes his first start of the series in the field and will play third base. He'll DH and hit number 6 in the order. Batting 7th in left field is Spencer Steer. Will Benson came off the bench yesterday. He gets his first start in right field and hits 8th. And rounding out the order and making his first appearance of the series is the catcher batting 9th. That's T.J. Higgins. So again, it's Friedl, McLean, and De La Cruz, Stewart, Suarez in low, Steer, Benson, Higgins, with left-hander Brandon Williamson on the mound. The Tampa Bay Rays are trying to stay above the 500 mark. They are 12-11 so far under Kevin Cash, second best record in the American League East. Leading things off will be the designated hitter, Yandy Diaz. Yandy DHing and hitting leadoff as he normally does against a left-hander. Jonathan Aranda has had a good series for the Rays. He's been on base 3 times each game. He'll bat number 2 and play first base. Hitting third after a multi-hit game yesterday is Junior Caminero. Caminero at third base. Ryan Valade, who had a double in yesterday's game off the bench, will get the start in right field, and Ryan will bat cleanup. He's started every game that the Rays have had against a left-handed starter. Johnny DeLuca will bat number 5. He'll be in center field. The 6th place hitter finished yesterday's game on the mound. That's Ben Williamson. Williamson gets his first start of the series at second base. Chandler Simpson moves down in the order against a left-hander and plays left field. The 8th place hitter is the catcher today. That's Nick Fortes. And Taylor Walls, the shortstop, rounds out the lineup. So the Rays have just 2 lefties in the order, Aranda and Simpson. And again, the order, Diaz, Aranda, and Caminero. Valade, DeLuca, and Williamson. Simpson, Fortes, Walls. That's the lineup for the Tampa Bay Rays as Nick Martinez about to let the troops onto the field. And our starting lineups for today's ball game presented by Republic Bank. Time to thrive. Rays taking their field in their home whites. The Reds, who've been at home on the road this year with a mark of 11-3 at home on the road this year with a mark of 11-3 away from Cincinnati, where the away grade with the red numerals and trim. Time now for our umpires for today's ball game. They are presented by Central Florida Behavioral Health Network, bringing hope, health, and recovery at cfbhn.org. And it's been a pretty good crew so far. On the plate today will be Ryan Blakeney. Nick Marley is over at first. Marvin Hudson is the crew chief. He's at second base. And the umpire at third for the day game before the off day is going to be Tripp Gibson. Last game for the Rays against the National League Central Division. The Central has won all 5 series. Rays getting all of these out of the way early. Yet despite that, Tampa Bay a winning record because they've been very good against the American League. And relying on Nick Martinez to kind of set the tone on the hill. And our pitching preview for today's ball game from our friends at Cain's Furniture. Quality selection value. That's the confidence of Cain's. And so far, Nick looking for his first win in a Rays uniform. But the Rays have done a good job winning when he's on the mound. 0-1 with a 2.45 ERA. Nick is just about set to go. 35-year-old veteran who did pitch for the Reds and was very good in a Cincinnati uniform as he's bounced around the big leagues over the years, of course making his major league debut in this ballpark. We're set to go on Earth Day at the ballpark, and my broadcast partner is so environmentally conscious, he is wearing a recycled shirt just to get us started today. All right, I introduce my broadcast partner, Andy Freed.
Recycled several times over, Neil. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to you, and happy Earth Day. As we get settled in for Rays and Reds, the Reds, who swept the Rays in Cincinnati last year, are trying to do it in the Rays' backyard this year. And the Rays doing their best to prevent that. The Reds have had great success against the Rays in the history of these two franchises meeting up. The first pitch of the game from Martinez to left-hand batting T.J. Friedl is high, ball 1. Right on time, 1:10 under the bright dome of Tropicana Field here in St. Petersburg. Friedl, McLean, and De La Cruz. And the pitch sliced to left, base hit. Took a bounce to the back of the infield and sneaked its way through. And T.J. Friedl, a spark plug type leadoff man, gets on to start the game for the Reds.
Defensively for the Rays, Junior Caminero plays third, Taylor Walls at short, Ben Williamson at second, and Jonathan Aranda will hold Friedl at first. Nick Fortes behind the plate. It's Simpson, DeLuca, and Valade left to right in the outfield.
It has been a week, an even week, since the Rays last scored first in a game. And the Reds have scored in the first inning in each of the first 2 games of this.
Including a double. First pitch to one the other way as softly as it was to start things off, and now Matt McLean. He swings and laces one to right, but it's right at Ryan Valade. Right in his tracks. Valade will make the catch. and Matt McClain is the first out.
Well, the one thing that Reds hitters know about Nick Martinez is the fact that he loves to pitch away. He doesn't really like to pitch inside except for effect. He wants to show you in and then get you out away. He's a guy that makes an effort to like backdoor that breaking ball in the outside corner and get you to chase just off the plate.
Now he's got Elly De La Cruz up there left-handed against the right-handed throwing Martinez. Big night for Elly last night, 2 home runs, both of them right-handed, even though one of them was off a right-hander. And the first pitch to De La Cruz, a check swing foul at home, and he lost his helmet on the check swing.
Came right in the kitchen that time, did Martinez.
I think the ball actually went off the bat, then off his helmet, knocked his helmet off. 5 RBIs for De La Cruz last night. Elly hitting .276 now, 8 home runs, 18 driven in. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, watches a strike, and he's down 0-2. Little smile from De La Cruz out at Junior Caminero, the third baseman, who was playing off the line and now will back way up over in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes on Elly. Elly tied for the National League in home runs. Tied for the National League lead in total bases. The pitch. Swinging a broken bat, soft roller to the second baseman. Handled by Williamson. DeWalls the bag 1. Around to first, not in time. Elly just runs too fast, especially running out of the box from the left side. And he hit it too weakly. And he's aboard on the fielder's choice. 2 down, now Sal Stewart. The National League's RBI leader. Also the National League slugging leader. Sal hitting .299, 8 home runs, 24 driven in. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed batter. Martinez sets and delivers the first pitch to Sal Stewart. Swing, and there's a weak roller up the third base line, and it will just go foul. As I mentioned, 72 degrees inside Tropicana Field today. Our TempStar game time temperature presented by TempStar. Get complete home comfort with a TempStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TempStar dealer at tempstar.com. Runner at first, 2 outs, no score. Nick Martinez making his 5th start of the year. He's 0-1, 2.45 ERA. He's pitched well. He has struck out 14 against only 7 walks over his 22 innings pitched, and he's keeping the ball in the ballpark. 3 home runs allowed. The right-hander readies and looking over his back shoulder at Elly at first. Long set. Now he throws. Swinging and again fouled away at the plate. Now the Reds probably can run on Nick Martinez. He's a little bit deliberate to the plate.
Well, he's delivered to the plate, but he's very good at changing up his hold time. Sometimes he gets the ball and goes immediately to the plate. Sometimes he makes you wait a few extra seconds. That has a tendency to get your legs tense when you're a base stealer ready to go.
The 0-2 swung on, again fouled back. Still 0-2 on Sal Stewart.
You know, there was a lot of talk at the very beginning of this series that the Reds would run on the Rays, and it really hasn't been all that much run. A couple of double steals here and there, but you know, the pitchers are the ones that really shut it down, not the catchers.
Martinez from the belt delivers. Swung on, again fouled straight back by Sal Stewart on another fastball. He continues to battle against Nick Martinez.
Boy, he had a good one right there to hit Sal Stewart. He's so good with 2 strikes on him, Stewart is. His slugging percentage with 2 strikes on him is the number 1 slugging percentage in the National League.
Right-hander comes set, and here's the 0-2 pitch to Sal Stewart. Instead, time called, and Nick Martinez probably didn't like that very well. A late call by Sal Stewart, right as Martinez was lifting his leg to come home.
You know, the umpire does not have to grant time. The batter asks for it, and it's up to the umpire to say yes or no.
A long hold this time from Martinez. A little gamesmanship. There goes Elly. The pitch to Stewart, swinging and a miss, and a changeup down and in. Stewart's down on strikes. Martinez with a scoreless first. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Reds nothing. Reds coming up on the Reds Radio Network.
Got a growing athlete? They need care that grows with them. At Cincinnati Children's, our pediatric sports medicine experts focus on young athletes. We've got same-day and next-day appointments at 8 locations across greater Cincinnati, including Eastgate and Crestview Hills. From little leagues to elite-level teams, we keep your athletes strong, healthy, and in the game. Cincinnati Children's. Care that grows with your athlete. Learn more at cincinnatichildrens.org/sportsmedicine.
As a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region, JTM Food Group has been pioneering kettle-crafted culinary solutions for years. From tantalizing dips to mouth-watering sauces and more, we lead the pack in delivering high-quality, on-trend items to the entire food service industry. But it's not just about the food. It's about our commitment to doing things the JTM way, with passion, integrity, and a dedication to God and His people. Taste the difference today and learn more at jtmfoodgroup.com. JTM, let's create great dishes together.
Save big money on everything you need at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements, and it enhances the appearance of your home's exterior. Owens Corning shingles offer ultimate protection and impressive curb appeal. Choose from 26 colors of Owens Corning Duration shingles and transform your home today. Shop our selection of roofing products on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer and find plenty of great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Reds fans, don't miss the bus for the Reds versus Nationals August 7th to 10th as part of a 4-day adventure with Croswell Tours. Explore Washington, D.C. and all its history. Visit gocroswell.com for details.
Brandon Williamson makes his second start of this road trip. He goes to work now against Yandy Diaz. First pitch is on the way to Diaz. Swing and a miss. The first pitch cutter. The count is 0-1 on Diaz. Diaz hitting .322. 3 home runs, 17 driven in. Diaz moved alone into 4th place on the Rays' all-time hit list with a base hit last night, going 1 for 4. Next up, Ben Zobrist, who has 1,016 hits. Diaz at 911, it's a little ways to go. The pitch swung on, fouled back. It's a no-ball, 2-strike count on Yandy Diaz. Brandon Williamson's making his 5th start of the year. The 0-2 pitch. Diaz swings and bounces it over by the Reds' dugout. Foul ball. The count holding at 0-2.
Looks like Brandon Williamson is intent on pounding the strike zone today. He's had some problems with base on balls. He's walked 10 batters over the last 2 ball games, but he's pounding the zone right now.
Misses up and away with a changeup. Floated away from the right-handed hitting Diaz. That's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a cutter. Down on strikes, Yandy Diaz. And I think that's what Brandon Williamson wants to be. He wants to be a guy that's on the attack in the strike zone. He wants to get ahead with strike one. He just had a little difficulty with that.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for Brandon Williamson is to throw strikes early so that you can set up that changeup. Against right-handers, that is going to be his go-to pitch.
First pitch, strike one, a fastball to Jonathan Aranda.
Well, he had no intent at all swinging at that pitch. He stood there like a scarecrow.
The 0-1. Aranda watches another cutter right down the middle. Called a strike, 0-2.
Got a box seat ticket in his pocket.
And now Aranda's going to call time and back out of the box.
I mean, he has stood there and watched himself into the worst count a hitter can have.
I mean, he was too stoic to catch a cab. The 0-2. Breaking ball just off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer all season long. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern donates to support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area. And there's one right there. Strike 3 called. A breaking ball dropped in from Williamson to freeze Jonathan Aranda.
Aranda wanted to challenge that so badly, he almost lifted his arm up to touch his hat. And then he said, no, I better not do that. It's the first inning.
2 down, and now Junior Caminero is a good idea not to challenge. As Western and Southern says, when it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. 2 away, and the first pitch to Junior Caminero. Backdoor breaking ball, and it hung just off the outside corner. 1-0 the count on Junior Caminero. Riding a 7-game hitting streak right now. The pitch, Caminero swings and fouls it over by the Reds on deck circle. The count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. He was 2 for 4 last night, walked and scored twice. 10 for 32 over the current hit streak with 3 home runs. Williamson's 1-1 pitch. And Caminero takes down too low. We're in a dome, but you almost need sunglasses in here because the roof is so bright. In fact, when the sun pokes out from behind the clouds, you can really feel it get a lot brighter in here. You could almost say it's glarish. The 2-1 swung on, pop foul, back out of play. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little easier to play against the roof of the lightly colored dome here. It's a faded white. Almost the same color of a baseball. There are several rings of catwalks. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on. This is popped up there by the catwalks. It'll just miss a speaker over by the Rays dugout and caught by Sal Stewart right up against the dugout railing. Inning over. Nice job by Brandon Williamson as he works a 1-2-3 first inning. Scoreless at the end of 1. It's Radio Network. Martinez. Scoreless ball game. Martinez into his windup. First pitch to Suarez is swung on and fouled off at home plate for strike 1. 241, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs for Gino. He was kind of left out of the fun a little bit yesterday. Finished that game 0 for 5, struck out a couple of times, but overall he's been swinging a hot bat. The line by Martinez and the 0-1 pitch. Suarez swings and misses at a fastball sinking up under his hands, and he's down to the count 0-2.
You know, we mentioned this in between innings, Tommy, that Martinez, if not anybody else in baseball, he can pitch to a scatter report as well as anybody.
The 0-2 pitch in the dirt outside. What I mean, that
what
seems
I mean
basic, but what do you mean?
Well, what I mean is that a lot of pitchers are going to go with their strength. I'm a fastball slider pitcher, and that's my main thing. I'm going to stick with that. Martinez says, what do you need? I'll manufacture it.
The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled away.
I mean, he's got about 6 pitches, and I think that he introduces and makes new ones on the fly when he has to. Take, for instance, the strikeout pitch that he threw to Sal Stewart. Stewart has not seen too many right-on-right inside changeups. That's what Martinez got him on.
His 1-2 pitch. Suarez swings, got jammed, and muscles it into short center field. It's a long run for the center fielder, DeLuca, but he'll come racing in to make the catch, and that's the first out of the second inning.
You know, I said early on that Martinez likes to show you in and get you out away. That's what the scatter report on him is. But guess what? He's doing exactly the opposite so far to the first 5 hitters in his order.
Martinez originally broke into the big leagues with the Texas Rangers. It wasn't until he went over to Japan did he kind of reinvent himself a little bit. He's been good ever since returning. The pitch to Nathaniel Lowe is in there for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Was over in Japan from 2018 to 2021. Came back to the States with the Padres in 2022. The pitch in for a strike to Lowe. Right over the inside corner, back-to-back sinkers that started in to the left-handed hitting low and came back and caught the inside corner. Nathaniel Lowe is 6 for 26. Half of his hits have gone for doubles. He's hitting .231. No homers, 5 RBIs for the left-handed hitting Lowe. Martinez back home with the 0-2 pitch. And again, tries that fastball inside. This time a cutter, but it misses too far inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Martinez back into his windup. Here's his 1-2 pitch. In too tight again. Fastball. This time he didn't get it to come back to the inside corner. So it's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Martinez winds, delivers the 2-2. Swung on, hit in the air. Left field. There's Simpson. Waiting under it to make the catch and the side. That's the second out. There's 2 outs. You get 3 in this game.
You know what Martinez is doing right now? He's on a little bit of a roll, and he's trying to control the at-bat by mandating the pace between pitches. He's very quick out there now, and before you know it, he's already thrown 3 pitches to you. That's one way that a veteran like Martinez can understand who's in charge out there, and it's usually the guy on the hill.
Spencer Steers the batter. First pitch to Steers right in there for called strike. It's always a power struggle between the pitcher and hitter, isn't it?
It is, and I think what really helps the pitcher nowadays is that pitch clock. Batter's got to get in there. He doesn't feel comfortable. All of a sudden, the pitcher's ready to go.
Martinez back into his windup, the 0-1 pitch, and this is scorched on the ground, but pulled foul, third base side. It's a no ball, 2 strike count on Spencer Steer.
I do like the way that Steer this year is attacking the fastball much better than last year. It seemed like he was getting blown away a little bit last year. His bat speed or his reaction time has improved, and he's on a lot of heaters.
Martinez back into his wind in the 0-2. Swinging, there's a soft bouncer to the third baseman. Caminero comes in to glove it, throws to first and retired. The Reds are up and down in order in the second. We've played an inning and a half at the Trop. No score. Reds and Rays on the Reds Radio Network. Tommy Thrall, voice of the Reds here. I was at the old ball yard the other day and got to thinking that the catcher is a lot like the Rose Home Service Program, always protecting home. The Rose Home Service Program gives you peace of mind and keeps your home pest-free year-round. The program has 3 options: basic, advantage, and premium. Each addresses different needs and budgets and comes with a dedicated technician. Got a pest problem? Rose is the solution. Call the pros at Rose at 800-966-ROSE or visit rosepestsolutions.com.
Get ready for baseball season with BetMGM, an exclusive retail sportsbook of the Cincinnati Reds. BetMGM has a state-of-the-art app with tons of betting options and promotions. Visit the BetMGM Sportsbook at the banks on game days for the best Reds tailgating. And BetMGM is the best place to make your favorite baseball bets. Sign up today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Hey Reds fans, Barry Larkin here, proud Red and Hall of Famer. I've been part of moments that changed the game in an instant, but some calls change lives forever. For families waiting on hope, that call can mean a second chance. That's why I support Network for Hope. I am a voice of hope. Learn about organ, tissue, and eye donation at networkforhope.org. Reds fans, will you answer the call?
Klosterman Baking Company is hiring. Get on-the-job training, excellent benefits, 401k, and more. Visit klostermanbakery.com/careers. Klosterman Bakery, where family values are baked right in.
Klosterman, better, you bet.
Chandler Simpson against the left-hander Brandon Williamson. He floats a curveball up and away for ball 1. The count is 1-0 on Ryan Valade. Valade had a hit last night. He was 1 for 3, doubled and walked. The wind, and here's the pitch to Valade off the outside corner. It's 2 ball, no strike count. Valade 6 for 26, a .231 mark. No home runs, 2 RBIs. The 2-0, and Williamson's pitch is swung on and fouled back off the facing of the upper deck and back down below. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scoreless in the second. Reds cruised to victory again last night. The pitch is a strike, well thrown over the inside corner, the top of the zone to Valade, right under his hands. Valade thought it was inside.
Cutter looks really good today for Brandon Williamson.
The 2-2. Up and away. Now, is the cutter a pitch that you can kind of throw over and over and over again?
You mean without hurting your arm?
Well, not that. Just that even if the hitters know it's coming. If you have a good one, the 3-2 pitch is swung on and sprayed foul to the right.
There are really two kinds of cutters in my book anyway, Tommy. One is a learned cutter. It's kind of a short slider, and it's one that you can throw over and over again, but I wouldn't telegraph it. The other is a natural cutter, like a Mariano Rivera, where you just throw the baseball and it automatically cuts.
3-2 fouled back, still full.
That usually comes from a pitcher that comes right over the top, and the ball comes out of his hand more like a football, like a spin like a football. Not you don't try to spin it like you do a slider.
Right.
It just happens to come out that way.
Here's the 3-2. And it's just a little bit high. There's that cutter again. Ball 4. Villade's on at first with a leadoff walk, first base runner of the game for the Rays. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Runner at first, nobody out. Johnny DeLuca's the hitter, and he takes a fastball too high for ball 1. 1-0 on DeLuca. It was DeLuca that snapped the Rays' 0 for 18 skid with runners in scoring position with his 9th inning double last night. He was 1 for 4. That 2-run double, his only hit of the game. He takes up and away. DeLuca came into the game after Jake Fraley left, fouling a ball off his shin, left with a bone bruise. 1 on at first with nobody out. 2 balls, no strikes. The lefty sets at the belt, eyeballing the runner at first. Now he comes home with it, and it is hit high, very deep, down the left field line. It's hooking, and it hooks foul. Didn't quite have the distance, but hit pretty well nonetheless. 2 balls and a strike. As we've talked about with Reds manager Terry Francona throughout this series, the ball just doesn't seem to carry between the 378 sign in left center and the 382 sign out in right center. The pitch, up and away. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Williamson having a little more difficulty finding the strike zone here in the second inning than he did in the first.
This would be a really good spot for a changeup right here. Looking for fastball, 3-1. See if he can get DeLuca out in front a little bit.
3-1, swung on, fouled back. It was the fastball instead. And DeLuca sprays it foul.
You know what Williamson has been really good at doing is not throwing that changeup where he gets swings and misses, but he gets swings and bad contact.
He could use a little weak contact right here. Pick to first, chases the runner back to the bag. Ryan Villade does have a stolen base, so not a bad idea to keep an eye on him. 0-0, 1 on, nobody out in the second. Williamson, a 4.35 ERA. Threw the ball well in Minneapolis his last start. 5 1/3, just 1 run allowed. The pitch way high and outside, and that's ball 4 to DeLuca.
You know, one of the things that Brandon Williamson kind of falls into a trap of doing is that when he's got a runner at first base and he comes to a stretch position, his natural movement is to lift his right leg up fairly high and then go to the plate. But when you rush that, you rush your body ahead of your arm, you leave the ball up and away, and he's done that a couple of times now with runners on base.
Williamson against Williamson. First pitch from Brandon to Ben, in for a strike. 0-1. Ben Williamson finished the game on the mound last night. Rays finishing with a position player pitching. Ellie took him deep. He did come up the plate in the Rays' 9th. Worked a walk. The pitch swung on, broken bat flare over second. That'll fall in short center, a base hit. Here comes 1 run around to score Villade. The throw comes into Ellie at second. DeLuca goes first to third on the broken bat single by Williamson.
That was the changeup there to Williamson, and he didn't hit it very well, but he hit it far enough to get it into the outfield on a fly. End of the bat, base hit, drives a run in.
And there's still nobody out. Derek Johnson's going to the mound. That's pitching coach out to pay a visit to Brandon Williamson. After the hit by Ben Williamson gives the Rays a 1-0 lead and gives us an opportunity to check today's Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. This series, the topic is Rays trivia. 2 pitchers who started on opening day for the Reds also pitched for Tampa Bay during their careers. Paul Wilson was one of them. Who was the Reds' opening day starting pitcher in 2005? Wilson was. And who pitched for Tampa Bay from 2000 to 2002? Who is the other opening day starter for the Reds that also pitched for the Rays during his career? A. Juan Guzman, B. Corey Lytle, or C. Steve Paris? Pitch to Chandler Simpson, bunted, third base side, foul. Strike one on Chandler Simpson. I'm going to say Steve Paris.
I think you're right with Steve Paris. I'm trying to think if that was about the right year for him.
Well, did he ever start on opening day for the Reds, though?
2005.
So it was Paul Wilson who started on opening day 2005. And then he went on to pitch for the Rays from 2000 to 2002. That was after he...
You know, we just saw Juan Guzman out in Texas. He's the Spanish radio broadcaster for the Rangers. If I'd have known this question was coming up, I would have asked him.
Runners at first and third. Nobody out. Suarez tied at third, picked to first, runner back. Almost wonder if maybe some of that was just to see if Simpson would show his hand again. He was bunting on the first pitch. Suarez is convinced he's bunting again.
Well, he does not like to pull it down the first base line. Normally pushes it down third.
The 0-1. Up and in. No sign of a bunt on that pitch, and he bails out of the way.
Suarez is playing as close to home plate as Pete Rose played against Mickey Rivers in the 1976 World Series. Completely took the bunt game away from the Yankees with that.
He's about 60 feet from home plate right now. The pitch, runner goes, and Simpson pops it into the air. Shallow right field. McClain going out. In a hurry is Benson. Benson will make the catch. The runner's going to tag at third. Throw coming home. Hits the runner and bounds away off to the right side. Tagging is Williamson at first. He will go up to second base. And Chandler Simpson will be credited with a sacrifice fly to very shallow right field. The Rays using some speed. It looked like Benson just rushed the throw and threw it up the third base line and ended up hitting DeLuca.
Well, he had no reason to rush it anyway, and he really put a lot on it, but it was way up the line, and it happened to hit the runner as he crossed the area right in front of home plate. In fact, the runner tried to jump out of the way of it, so it was not intentional, and it worked out in benefit of the Rays.
One out. Now Nick Fortes takes a look at a first pitch curveball for a strike. 2-0 Tampa. On the sac fly by Simpson. They are still at work with a runner at second base and one out. Williamson's ready at the belt. Eyeballs the runner at second. The pitch is driven foul down the left field line. Deep, but foul. 0-2 on Nick Fortes.
Well, you know, you walk the first two batters of the inning, and you're just asking for trouble.
Trouble is on the scene here in Tampa. 0-2 the pitch. Inside, hit him. Curveball down at the feet of Nick Fortes, and he gets hit in the foot. He'll go to first on the hit by pitch. And Williamson is really fighting his command here in the second inning. That actually hit the dirt between his legs and bounced and hit him in the back foot. Two on, one out. Now the number 9 hitter is Taylor Walls. Williamson comes set. The runner at second has been Williamson. First pitch, Tapper back to the mound. Williamson gloves, goes to second one, around to first, not in time. Williamson really didn't get much on the lead throw to second base on the half swing Tapper right back to him. He did get the lead runner, and Fortes at second base, who were one of the two lead runners. The lead runner has been Williamson. He goes to third base.
The designated hitter, number 2, Yandy Diaz.
Now Yandy Diaz back to the top with men at the corners and 2 away. He struck out Diaz his first time up. The lefty comes set. Now Williamson delivers. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Williamson comes set. Now the kick and pitch. Pop foul off to the right side, and he's quickly got Diaz behind the count 0-2. Corey Lytle is my other guess. I'm not sure on this question at all. To be fair, Steve Paris was my first instinct. I'm going with him, but now I have no idea. I'm going to
go with Steve Paris.
The 0-2. Line drive, base hit, right field. That'll score a third run. Williamson's home. Friedel over to cut it off in the alley. Going first to third is Walls on the RBI single to right by Yandy Diaz.
Well, mistake pitch all the way by Brandon Williamson. He was ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. And after a cutter inside, he went right outside with a fastball, but it was waist high on the outer part of the plate. Yandy Diaz, all he had to do was put his bat out there, and that's what he did to drive it into right field. Maybe not a mistake pitch on the call, but certainly on the execution.
Jonathan Aranda now, the 8th man to bat in the inning. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. First ball swinging Aranda. Swings through a cutter, up and in, and the count is 0-1. 2 walks, 2 hits in the inning. A hit by pitch. That's how it's gone for the most part in this inning for Brandon Williamson. Cutter misses up and in. Count is level, 1 ball and 1 strike on Aranda. He's ready at the belt and throws. Breaking ball misses up and in. Start the season with 4 new tires from your local Ford dealer and 4 free tickets to see the Reds now for a limited time. Buy 4 new tires, receive 4 free Reds tickets courtesy of your local Ford dealers. Visit your local participating Ford store for complete info. From the belt, the lefty's 2-1. Swinging and a foul tip. P.J. Higgins holds on to strike 2. The count is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walls off the bag at third. Diaz with a short lead at first. Williamson kicks and delivers. Swing and a foul tip. Higgins holds on to strike 3. Aranda slant ground and breaks it in disgust. But the Rays still get 3 in the second and have taken a 3-0 lead. On to Chris in the third on the Reds Radio Network.
Go to the top of the third inning at the Trop. The Reds down by 3. Will Benson takes the batter's box, batting left-handed. Big, strong left-hander waits, and a first pitch right on the outside corner from Nick Martinez is strike 1. Martinez, I don't think, is the kind of guy that you should really give a first pitch strike to. Be up there ready to swing the bat. Cutter on the ground is hit on one hop to the first baseman. There goes Aranda, and he'll beat the hustling Will Benson to the bag for the first out of the inning. Hit it hard, Benson did, but right at the first baseman. And now the catcher, P.J. Higgins. Higgins, a right-handed hitter, has done a pretty good job in the absence of Jose Trevino. Trevino getting closer and closer to being able to be activated off the injured list. Probably that'll happen sometime next week. And a pitch is a little bit high to Higgins. Ball one. Martinez primarily, well, can't tell you primarily because he's got 6 different pitches, but is primarily good with his control of almost all of them. Fastball, that's right at the top of the letters, and that's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to P.J. Higgins. Higgins, a couple of hits on the year, and he takes an off-speed pitch changeup down and in. 2-1 now the count. Rays took advantage of a couple early inning wildness on the part of Brandon Williamson. He walked the first 2 batters and ended up giving a 3 spot up in the bottom of the second. Off the hands, a little looping line drive to the second baseman who is playing right behind the second base bag, and Williamson puts it away. Quickly 2 down here for the Reds in the third.
Center fielder TJ Friedl.
Nick Martinez, now 35 years old. Spent the last couple of seasons with the Reds in kind of a Swiss Army knife role, although he did manage 42 starts over that time. Swung on by T.J. Friedl, high and deep to right field. Ball carrying in the gap and up against the wall, and a leaping catch made by Johnny DeLuca. DeLuca robs it an extra base hit away from T.J. Friedl, and that will be the inning. A 1-2-3, but a dramatic third out to go to the bottom of the third. The Rays up on top of the Reds, 3-0 on the Reds.
For help with your life insurance, retirement, and investment needs, Western & Southern is somewhere you want to be. With one of the strongest life insurance groups in the world, you can feel confident about protecting your loved ones with whole, term, and universal life insurance solutions. Western & Southern is also here to help plan your future retirement with investing strategies that may help grow your wealth too. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started.
Never smiling, never gentle on my mind.
Reds fans, the MLB season's in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. FanDuel, an official partner of the Cincinnati Reds. 21 plus and present in Ohio. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
This is the Cowboy, Jeff Brantley, for my good friends at Grippo's. Grippo's has been a hometown favorite since 1919 and is the official chip of the Cincinnati Reds. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th generations of the Grippo's family are committed to making the freshest, highest quality potato chips and snack foods you can eat. Grippo's is the original fun food company because they've been having fun satisfying your craving for snack food for over 107 years. So when somebody tells you to get a grip, you know what they mean. What they mean? Get Grippo's.
With 60 nonstop destinations, CVG will get you from the dugout to your destination in no time. Make CVG your MVP for travel convenience. Visit CVGAirport.com for more information. CVG Airport, connecting you to home runs.
The Rays come to bat here, up by 3, bottom of the third inning, and Brandon Williamson with the number 3 hitter, Junior Caminero, up. Throws the first pitch in the dirt. Caminero, you got to be a little careful of. He had 45 home runs last year. That ranked him 3rd in the American League. Right-handed hitter, swings and hits it foul past the third base coach. That is Brady Williams down there at third base. Haven't talked about Brady very much. Corey Dickerson is the first base coach for the Rays. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Junior Caminero. Right-hander hits it high and deep to right field. That ball is struck. There goes Will Benson looking up. Bye-bye. An opposite field home run for Junior Caminero. And he hit that right over the right center field 382 sign. So that's a big man's home run for the number 3 hitter in the Rays lineup.
I believe somebody was saying yesterday that it's hard to get it out of here with an opposite field home run.
You're right, that was me. I retracted that after the Reds hit 4 home runs. Of course, that's about where Ellie hit his yesterday.
And even still, for as well as that ball was struck, it's not like it got out of here by a ton. It wasn't 10 rows deep. It's in the first or second row.
Makes it a 4-0 ball game, and now Ryan Valade takes a pitch, a cutter on the inside corner, off the inside corner, ball 1. Swung on now, Valade hits it right field, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, the damage that has been done to Brandon Williamson, the opposite field base hit that drove a run in last inning by Yandy Diaz, that hit opposite field home run by Caminero, same pitch. A sinker, but it's waist high. Inside, that's a ball. There's a reason they call that pitch a sinker.
It's kind of like the fishing tackle. Should be near the bottom.
Yeah, you're right. Breaking ball, that misses outside. It's 3-1. So if you throw that sinker down at the knees or lower, it sinks. If you throw it waist high or above, it usually doesn't sink till it hits the second seat. The 3-1 is swung on. That's a ground ball to the left. Eugenio Suarez at third base can't grab it, and it floats into left field for a base hit. Hit sharply, Valade did. Got it on the ground, though, and Suarez just couldn't get over there.
When a pitcher like Williamson, and you look at all these pitches that are being hit hard, they're all elevated. Even that was a cutter, and it was left up. They're all right around mid-thigh and above. If a pitcher is having trouble getting the ball down, what is that a sign of?
Well, you either have to throw it down or up. You just can't throw it in that middle zone, and that's where he is right now. Quick throw to first base after a pitch to Johnny DeLuca, and he is back in time, is Valade.
Is it as simple as not getting your elbow up?
I think the hard part, Tommy, is to try to pitch at both ends of those zones. Usually you get a guy that likes to pound the ball down, or he likes to throw the ball up. Swing and a miss. Good change up there as Williamson took something off of it. And that's why you have to tell yourself as a pitcher, this is a completely different pitch. I want to throw this at the letters, or I want to throw this at the hollow of the knees. The ones in between are the ones that get hit. There's a ground ball to Ellie. Could be 2. Turned by McLean to first. Out. 6-4-3 double play. That'll erase Ryan Valade, the lead runner at second, and 2 down in the inning.
And that's right to your point. It was a changeup. It was down, and as a result, some soft contact.
You know, I think a pitcher like Williamson, who's not a high strikeout pitcher, you're going to give up your share of base hits, but you're also going to get your share of ground ball double plays. And now we're going to have a crew chief meeting, it looks like, in there.
Tampa's challenging the whole play of both runners being called out at second and first.
The turn by Matt McLean, I believe, is what they're going to be challenging here.
Well, so they're challenging everything. So they're going to challenge both ends. Nothing to challenge on the front end. He was out there by a mile. Play at second, or play at first was pretty close on the back end.
Well, it looks like that Sal Stewart pulled his foot at first base.
Also that.
So we're probably going to have an outplay at second and a safe call at first.
I kind of thought live he might have taken his foot off the bag at first base. Oh, he was, I think, well off the bag at first. When he stretched, kind of the arch of his foot, which held the bag, came off, and he was on his toe with the stretch, and the toe was not on the bag.
After review on the field, the call at second is confirmed. The runner is out. The call at first is overturned. The runner is safe. Tampa will retain their challenge.
I really think they should only be able to retain half their challenge.
Well, that's the 2-for-1 special there, Chris, where you get to challenge both ends for one challenge.
So after the review and after the long look by the folks in New York, we get the call on the field. Out at second, safe at first, one down in the inning, runner at first base. It's going to be Johnny DeLuca down there at first. And now the hitter, Ben Williamson. Right-handed hitter, infielder. And he takes a pitch high and away, ball one.
I'm not certain that DeLuca wasn't safe on both ends of it, meaning that he didn't beat McLean's throw and Stewart didn't come off the bag.
Yeah.
I think both might be true.
Williamson takes a little bit off that and throws a cutter up and away and gets a strike and a swing and a miss from Williamson. Williamson versus Williamson. Brandon Williamson, a big, tall lefty on the mound with a runner at first base, checks the runner, coming to the plate, slide step, and a foul straight back. That's really the weapon that Brandon Williamson can use to kind of shut down the running game. Because really what you don't want to do as a long levered pitcher, and he's got long arms and long legs, is try to speed your delivery up too much. You abbreviate your leg lift, you never get your arm in a good spot. Pitch to the plate is a breaking ball. That's on the ground to Ellie De La Cruz, and a turn by McLean this time. No question about it. The 6-4-3 double time, and that'll do the inning. But in the inning, the Rays get a home run from their leadoff hitter, Junior Caminero. It is a 4-0 ball game. We go to the fifth. Back to Tommy with the play-by-play right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
McLean leads it off for the Reds. Fourth inning, first pitch to McLean from Nick Martinez. Fastball strike on the outside corner. Hey, Reds fans, Kroger gives you more ways to save. Low prices in every aisle. Digital coupons in the app and fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. Kroger, official grocery partner of the Reds. McLean swings, hits it on a sinking line drive that bounces right by Caminero's glove at third and goes on into left field. McLean's aboard. I don't think Caminero got a glove on it. It was pretty much right at him. They'll give him a hit. The Reds have their leadoff man on here in the fourth inning. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Nick Martinez to Ellie De La Cruz with a first pitch fastball sinking at the top of the zone for a called strike. 0-1.
They're going to give McClain a base hit on that.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, it was right at him, but because Caminero played it off to the side, Olay fashion, ball bounced over his glove, it gets a base hit. So
0-1, popped up, foul, third base side, long run Caminero, slides, can't get it. The fictional manager from the movie Major League, Lou Brown, would have something to say about the way he played that, wouldn't he?
Well, there are a lot of guys now that are being taught to play ground balls off to the side. A lot of them are being taught, if you can backhand it, go ahead and do that. It used to be backhands were the last resort. It used to be that at third base, it was kind of like covering a football fumble. Knock it off your chest, pick it up, and throw somebody out.
The 0-2 to De La Cruz. Strike 3 called. Caught him watching a fastball down the middle. Ellie's down on strikes. That's the first out here in the fourth inning. Reds are down 4-0 Rays. And the fourth inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club, presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, enjoy responsibly. Sal Stewart watches a first pitch sinker down the middle for a strike. 0-1.
A couple of Miami dudes teeing it up right here.
Stewart struck out swinging his first time up. There's probably some degree of familiarity there, right? Now the 0-1. Swung on. It's well struck. Right field. Hit deep. Back goes Valade on the track. Nearing the wall. He reaches out and makes the catch in the corner. McClain has to scramble back to first. And Sal Stewart, Nick Martinez acknowledging one another. I would say the two are quite familiar with each other.
I'll tell you what,
teammates last year.
The Rays outfield have saved already Nick Martinez from some real trouble. Johnny DeLuca made a catch at the end of third inning, which was a sensational catch up against the wall in center field. And that one, a really nice running catch by Ryan Valade.
Here's Eugenio Suarez, and the pitch to Suarez is taken low and inside. A changeup for ball one, and the count's 1-0. Suarez flew out to center field his first time up. Runner on at first base with 2 away. Leadoff single by McClain over the inside corner around the knees. That leaving the count at 1-1 strike on Yandy Diaz. Top of the order for the Rays here in the fifth inning. Got to believe Nick Martinez is happy with the way that last inning turned out. The pitch is over but low. The Reds had a great start to the inning. The first 3 reached. Single, double, walk. The Reds had the bases loaded with nobody out. Settled for only 1 run on the sac fly from the number 9 hitter, P.J. Higgins. 2-1. Diaz takes just a little bit off the inside corner low. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Didn't miss by a lot. The Reds did lose a challenge last inning. P.J. Higgins challenging one on the first pitch of his at-bat. Lost it, the 3-1. Swinging a ground ball, right side, handled by the second baseman, McClain. Williamson over to cover, and the throw gets away. It's backed up by Higgins. And the runner gets back to first, scrambling, and then slipping over the base, Diaz. The Reds would have had a play on Yandy Diaz at first base. But Williamson stumbled, going to take the throw, missed it from McClain on his way to the bag, and then never reclaimed his footing.
Well, I think the problem really started in the very beginning when the ball was hit right to the second baseman, it looked like, and Williamson was late covering the first base bag because he didn't think he was going to be needed. Then he looked up and he saw Sal Stewart way off the bag, had to get over there, got over there late, tripped as he got near the base, the throw was low. Lucky that nobody got hurt on that.
Yeah, Williamson went lunging into the runner. There was definitely a collision, a minor collision.
2 trips over the bag, one by the pitcher, one by the runner.
And then Yandy Diaz, when he was scrambling back, went back with both feet on top of the base. And as though the base were made of ice, he's had his feet slip out from under him. Swung on, fouled back by Jonathan Aranda. The count's 0-1 on Aranda. Ugly looking play, and all that just goes as a base hit.
If it's so ugly, why are we laughing?
Aranda's not laughing with his day. He's 0 for 2. He is struck out looking and struck out swinging. Cutter taken for ball 1. 1-1 strike on Aranda.
Aranda had that home run last night against Chase Burns, a little slider down and in, and kind of golfed it out of here.
Williamson delivers. The pitch is off the outside corner.
Today he has that breaking ball moving away from him, so it's a whole different ball game.
2 balls, 1 strike. Williamson from the belt throws, and the pitch is right over the outside corner. Good cutter for a called strike, and it's 2-2. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocer's freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. Williamson ready at the belt. Here's his pitch. Breaking ball, dives down and away. Reds are down 3. It's 4-1 in favor of the Rays in the bottom of the 5th inning here at the Trop. Final meeting between these two teams, and the Rays are happy to be finally done with the National League Central. I say finally. They're already done with the National League Central, but for them, it probably feels like finally. The pitch. Breaking ball up and in, and that's ball 4. So now 2 men are aboard with nobody out, and they'll probably begin stirring rapidly in the Reds bullpen.
Yeah, that's one that got away there from Williamson. He does not have very many left-handed hitters in this Rays lineup today. So when you do have one and you get a couple of strikes on him, you got to come after him with something over the plate.
Two on, nobody out. And it'll be Connor Phillips that will spring into action out there in the Reds bullpen. Williamson comes set, looks at second, throws. First pitch, breaking ball swung on, and that is fouled off the mask of both P.J. Higgins and the home plate umpire, Ryan Blackney. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. The 0-1 to Camaneros. A fastball buzzed his tower up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Diaz at second, Aranda's at first. Williamson will look to second, the pitch, and it's over but low. A changeup missing down. And Williamson's way behind the count now against Junior Caminero. Aranda way off the bag at first. Stewart playing well off the bag. McLean playing in behind the runner at second, and the cutter's way upstairs is 3-1. Another situation here where Williamson is experiencing a lapse in command. He walked the first 2 guys of the second inning. They both came home to score and then some. Gave up the home run to lead off the third. Now a single and a walk here in the 5th, and the 3-1 pitch is a broken bat roller. Foul up the first base line off the bat of Caminero. That'll fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Check out the all-new, totally redesigned, totally hybrid Toyota RAV4, America's best-selling SUV, is more versatile, more capable, and more powerful than ever. And built right here in Kentucky. For all Toyota offers, go to Toyota.com. Caminero with a fresh piece of lumber.
Caminero has not struck out against a left-handed pitcher all year long. He has, however, been able to get 8 walks against lefties, so he's got a pretty good eye when he is up there.
Williamson to the plate, and it's hit in the air. Short left field. It's going to be a tough play for somebody. It'll be Ellie, the only one in the area code to make the catch, and that's down the left field line. He takes a lot of pressure off left fielders, doesn't he?
Oh, boy. I mean, he just cruised out there and made it look awfully easy.
You know, in softball they have the rover. Ellie is the Reds' equivalent of a rover. Because he basically plays the shallow outfield like a 4th outfielder. Just casually chased it down and makes the play with ease. Now Williamson deals with Ryan Valade. And the first pitch to Valade off the end of the bat. Floating into right field, down for a hit. Benson's up throwing. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time. Valade with an RBI base hit into right. His second hit today. He doubled in 3 at-bats yesterday, and now he's 2 for 2 today against his former organization.
He didn't hit it all that hard. Valade got it on the end of the bat. It was an off-speed pitch off the plate, and just enough of it to get it out up there, and he really wasn't hit all that hard, which has made it tough on the right fielder Benson to throw the runner out.
And that's going to be it. Terry Francona out to the mound, and he is going to go to the bullpen. So Brandon Williamson's day is he will exit with runners at first and second, a run home here in the fifth, and one out. The Rays leading it 5-1. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. It's a Wober's Mustard call to the bullpen. Wober's Mustard, let's put some mustard on it on the Reds Radio Network.
To live the life you want to live, Western and Southern is here to help you figure it all out. Our ever-expanding range of life insurance, retirement, and investment solutions are designed to do all the outworking, outthinking, and outperforming so you can outdream. We'll do the heavy lifting to help protect your family's financial future, grow your wealth, and to help make your dreams happen. Western and Southern, life insurance, retirement, and investments. Visit westernsouthern.com to get started today.
Ever smiling, never gentle on my mind.
Got a growing athlete? They need care that grows with them. At Cincinnati Children's, our pediatric sports medicine experts focus on young athletes. We've got same-day and next-day appointments at 8 locations across greater Cincinnati, including Eastgate and Crestview Hills. From little leagues to elite-level teams, we keep your athletes strong, healthy, and in the game. Cincinnati Children's. Care that grows with your athlete. Learn more at cincinnatichildrens.org/sportsmedicine.
Hot dogs! Get your bar-ass hot dogs here! Fresh off the grill, mustard, ketchup, relish. Don't let your day go dogless.
Nothing goes with baseball like a hot dog. And nothing goes on your bun like Bar S. America's #1 selling hot dog. And the official 3-2-1 hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds.
Connor Phillips, the right-hander, our Wober's Mustard pitching change.
Ground ball right to Ellie. One pitch, 2 outs to second one. McLean around to first. Double play, 6-4-3. Now that's how you enter a ball. You work 2/3 of an inning by throwing one pitch. Connor Phillips gets it done. Inning-ending double play in the fifth. On to the sixth. Rays lead 5-1 on the Reds Radio Network. Reds are down 4. Nick Martinez back to work. 6th inning, Ellie leads it off. Martinez into his windup. First pitch to De La Cruz is a curveball in the dirt. For ball one, 1-0 on De La Cruz. Sal Stewart, Eugenio Suarez next. You kind of get the sense that the 5th inning might have been the Reds' best chance to do some real damage against Martinez. They only got 1 run. The pitch. And Ellie takes a look at the strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kind of like a mosaic patchwork roof here at Tropicana Field. It's several different shades of off-white. Now, there are some panels that are a little more yellow than others, and They say that those are the newer panels. Now, they're all new, but they were just the ones most recently installed. The pitch, swing and a miss. Change up down. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Those will actually bleach out, so they will get brighter with time instead of yellow more with time. Quite an undertaking to get this roof fixed and repaired. Strike 3 called. Fastball came back to the inside corner. De La Cruz is down on strikes for the second time today.
Yeah, the exact same sequence of pitches, at least the last 2 that Ellie had the first time up. Got the change up and then that 2-seam fastball, the little comeback action. Looks like it's going to be inside off the plate. And it has enough little action to come back there and catch the corner.
Now Sal Stewart. Base is empty, 1 out. First pitch to Stewart is swung on and fouled off the plate. Another big day for Stewart yesterday. He's 4 for 8 in the series coming into today's action after torching the Marlins over 4 games. He has enjoyed being back in the Sunshine State. Sal, first in the National League in RBIs, tied for first in home runs. Now he breaks his bat and he sends this one into left field, a base hit. A broken bat single to left for Sal Stewart. He's aboard for Eugenio Suarez. He'll take it. Just got that one on the label a little bit. That bat split all the way down to the handle. It's a good thing he was wearing batting gloves. He'd have splinters in his hands.
The head of the bat nearly took out Eugenio Suarez in the on-deck circle.
The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Gino almost got caught watching the ball and it almost drilled him. Barrel whirling over his way. He just did a little quick shimmy forward to get out of the way of it. 1 on, 1 out. The 0-1 to Suarez in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher, Fortes. 1 ball and 1 strike. These two were not teammates in Cincinnati. Suarez and Martinez. Martinez looks in, gets the sign. Out of the stretch with a runner at first and 1 out. Right side wide open. Pick to first. Chases Stewart back to the bag. Nathaniel Lowe waiting in the on-deck circle. Reds are down by 4, batting the 6th. They need to get some more runs on the board soon. The pitch. Breaking ball, strike on the inside corner. Changeup actually from Martinez. And now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Make sure you stay tuned after the game for the Reds post-game show. You'll have scores around baseball, highlights from this game, and also reactions from the clubhouse. The pitch, strike 3 called, got him looking. Fastball over the outside corner. Suarez down on strike. Stood there for a moment. Didn't like the call, but it got plenty of plate. And he's frozen for the second out here in the 6th inning. Plus, it'll have the Toyota Tundra star of the game. Nathaniel Lowe's up now with 1 on and 2 out. Martinez kicks and fires, and Lowe swings, pops it high into the air, but playable in center. Johnny DeLuca striding over toward left center, and the side is retired. So the Reds go quietly in the 6th. It's still 5-1 Rays in the middle of the 6th inning at the Trop on the Reds Radio Network.
Success is often determined by how well you plan and prepare for life's biggest moments. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you and your loved ones are protected for generations. You can rest assured knowing you've made the right choice, placing your trust in Western and Southern. From life insurance to retirement and investments, Western and Southern helps provide the peace of mind you need so you can be in the moment with the ones you love. Visit westernsouthern.com/rest assured to get started today.
Stuck in a dead-end job? Kick your career into high gear through a building trades apprenticeship. Ohio is calling up the next generation of skilled tradespeople across the state. We're hiring electricians, plumber, pipe fitters, iron workers, sheet metal workers, bricklayers, cement masons, boiler makers, roofers, insulators, laborers, elevator constructors, and painters and glazers. Don't miss your shot at big money and full benefits in a construction apprenticeship. Are you ready to build your future? Start your application today at OhioConstructionTrades.com.
Reds fans, the MLB season's in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. FanDuel, an official partner of the Cincinnati Reds. 21 plus and present in Ohio. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Producing exceptional leaders and mentors was, is, and always will be something we do. Miami University is where today's students become tomorrow's leaders. Visit miamioh.edu.
Connor Phillips back to work, bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1 Rays. First pitch to Ben Williamson is up and in for ball one. The count is 1-0 on Williamson. Williamson singled and scored in the second, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the third. Phillips throws, and it's a strike on the outside corner. The count is even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillips ready at the belt. His kick and pitch. And a strike over the outside corner. That's well thrown. 1-2. Phillips came in last inning. Came in with runners at first and second, only 1 out. He threw 1 pitch, and he got Johnny DeLuca to ground into an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. The pitch, swing, and a foul tip. Higgins holds on to strike 3, and there's 1 gone in the 6th inning.
Well, when Phillips throws his stuff in the strike zone, it is very, very good. Problem is he's thrown 14 innings coming into this ball game. He has walked 14 and struck out 14. So once he starts honing in that control, you really got something.
Chandler Simpson now. First pitch to Simpson is a strike on the inside corner. That inning-ending double play that DeLuca hit into in the 5th marked the 3rd straight inning where the Rays have hit into a 6-4-3 double play. They almost hit into one in the 3rd. Now the pitch is swung on and fouled away with DeLuca batting his last time up. But the call at first was overturned, so then the next batter, Ben Williamson, hit into a double play that ended the inning anyway.
Well, he got the memo.
He sure did. The Reds have turned one each inning since. Connor Phillips would just assume not be put in the situation to need one here. 0-2 the count on Chandler Simpson. He has his average up to 333 as he bats right now, or 330. The pitch, way high and outside from Phillips on the 0-2 fastball. Ball and 2 strikes. A sac fly for Simpson his first time up today, then he singled in the 4th. P.J. Higgins punching in the sign, sets, and the pitch in the dirt inside. It's kind of funny here at Tropicana Field. I was talking about the roof, and how they just redid it after it was destroyed by the hurricane. You can really tell still when there's a cloud that moves in front of the sun because the light in the ballpark changes dramatically. The pitch, ground ball, foul, first base side. I mean, there's a lot of light that comes through the roof here.
I think it's a real pretty park with during a day game when the light is, when the sun is out like this. This is the best I've seen this ballpark, and I've been coming here since the day it opened. They had a decorative big ceremony. Met Johnny Vandermeer here one day.
2-2, fouled away, left side. That was a memorable day for you, if I recall.
It was a big day, yeah.
You didn't just meet him.
I got his autograph. I mean, here's a guy that pitched back-to-back no-hitters for the Cincinnati Reds. But they had a big ceremony to celebrate the opening of Tropicana Field.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Chandler Simpson. Phillips delivers, and the pitch is hit in the air, left field. Fading back is Spencer Steer. He'll move toward the line a little bit, but make the catch with plenty of room. Now 2 gone in the 6th inning.
Simpson is one of those guys that does not buy into the new hitting theory of trying to get the ball in the air.
Not at all.
He wants it on the ground, and he challenges you to throw him out.
I really admire the fact that he understands who he is as a hitter and leans into it. Nobody on, 2 men are out. Nick Fortes, the batter. Fortes been hit by a pitch and hit into a double play. Fortes takes a look at the strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. 5-1, Rays have the lead, batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillips throws, and Fortes takes in the dirt outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. They've done a lot to try to dress this ballpark up. They had to redo a lot inside after the hurricane. A lot of damage done by that hurricane. Not just the roof. There was a lot of stuff done inside. This ball's hit toward the left center field gap. On the run, Friedel. He lays out and makes the catch. Great running grab by T.J. Friedel out in left center field. He got a great jump on it and lunged for it. Ended up laying out, making the catch. Mitch to end the Rays' 6th. Back to Chris in the 7th. 5-1 Tampa Bay from St. Petersburg on the Reds Radio Network.
Nick Martinez has given the Rays 6 good innings so far. He is up 5-1. We go to the top of the 7th. Spencer Steer steps in. Steer hit the ball hard, a double opposite field his last time up, and hits this one very hard to left field. There goes the left fielder Simpson against the wall, and he makes the catch. Well, he was already playing Steer very deep, and that line drive sent him right up against the left field wall, and he grabbed it and pulled it in.
That's the 3rd ball in this game that has taken a Rays outfielder pretty much all the way to the wall. I can't believe that ball didn't get out. It looked like it was killed off Steer's bat.
Humpback line drive.
Must have had some topspin on it.
Martinez gives a little applause to his left fielder, and now Will Benson watches the first pitch skip right off the top of the catcher's mitt, go all the way to the backstop. That's ball 1.
Well, I can promise you this. Nick Martinez is enjoying his reunion with his old teammates and friends much more than they are.
I think that's the correct observation there, my friend. 1-1 now with that pitch, a strike. Martinez now 35 years old. You know, his best year as a major leaguer was his first year with the Reds. Pitched the most innings, got many decisions. He got 42 decisions that year, 21 decisions that year. But he was used as kind of out of the relief as a starter. That pitch misses. It's 2-1 now to Will Benson. And hit by Benson, shallow to left field. Here comes Simpson on the run. The speedster is able to come in and make the catch as he slides on the AstroTurf. Back-to-back very nice plays by the Rays left fielder.
Well, he is still a work in progress in left field, but he's made a couple of really nice plays back-to-back here.
And now to be P.J. Higgins. Higgins, with the only RBI of the game for the Reds, had a bases-loaded situation, takes a curveball strike, hit an opposite field sacrifice fly to drive in Nathaniel Lowe. That has been all the scoring the Reds have been able to muster here this afternoon. No balls and a strike. A check swing at the plate. Did he go? No, he didn't. 1-1. Martinez, that little rocking back and forth. Steps back, comes to the plate on the corner. That's a strike. Martinez, the former Texas Ranger 18th round draft pick. Change up, that's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to P.J. Higgins. You know, when Nick Martinez came out of high school, there wasn't one team in the state of Florida that wanted him. So he ended up going to Fordham up in New York. And when he went to Fordham, he was an infielder. In fact, he really didn't pitch very much until the Rangers drafted him and they turned him into a pitcher. Here's the 2-2. High, 3-2. He was the pitcher of the month back in 2024 for the Reds. He went 4-1 with a 0.8 earned run average in the month of August. Swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball. 7 very fine innings. Former Red against his former team. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Rays 5, Reds 1 on the Reds Radio Network.
At Cincinnati Children's, we're more than a hospital. We're your hometown health system with a global impact. Every day, we care for every child who walks through our doors because every child deserves the care we give. But we can't do it alone. Donor support is critical, especially now. Join us in making a difference for kids here at home and around the world. Visit CincinnatiChildren's.org/give today.
You know, there are a few things in life you can always count on. Sunsets, potholes, trash trucks in your way when you're running late. And of course, AAA's never-ending reliable roadside assistance. Because for over 100 years, we're always close and we never close. From tows, jumps, or just smoothing out those bumps in the road, we provide 24/7 service so you can have 24/7 peace of mind. AAA, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Be better prepared for life's curveballs.
Hot dogs! Get your bar-ass hot dogs here! Fresh off the grill, mustard, ketchup, relish. Don't let your day go dogless.
Nothing goes with baseball like a hot dog. And nothing goes on your bun like Bar S. America's #1 selling hot dog. And the official 3-2-1 hot dog of the Cincinnati Reds.
Hi, this is Tim O'Connell, Senior Vice President of Ballpark Operations at the Cincinnati Reds. From the first pitch to the final out, SBM ensures every seat shines. Our custodial teams keep ballparks spotless so fans can focus on the game and not the grime.
The Reds are going to have to put another 0 on the board here if they're going to stay in this ball game and hope to complete a 3-game sweep down here in Tampa. Right now they're down 5-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Game moving along quickly. Connor Phillips, second pitcher on the mound here for Tito this afternoon in his second inning, and he misses outside to the number 9 hitter Taylor Walls. Walls, a switch hitting shortstop, sitting at 191 with a batting average. No home runs, 4 driven in. Swing is a line drive base hit into the left field. That's a nice bit of contact, and he gets an opposite field base hit to start off the bottom of the 7th for the Rays. And now Yandy Diaz. Diaz has been hitting down in the order the first 2 games of this series. They moved him up to the top spot here because of the lefty Williamson on the mound. Right-handed hitter, wide open stance, holds the bat straight up and down and takes a pitch on the corner, strike 1. Little sweeping breaking ball from Phillips. Modest lead at first base, trying to stretch it out a little bit as Walls. He's not going, and a pitch in the dirt, a quick throw by Higgins, and that'll chase Walls back.
546, 15,546.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. 5-1 Rays. Here we are in the bottom of the 7th inning in Tropicana Field. Swing and a foul off to the right side. Boy, Diaz really has a tendency to like that high pitch. That pitch looked like it was up and away, and he just kind of swatted at it.
Important that the Reds keep this game close. You got to figure at some point you're going to get into that bullpen, but you're running low on time. No action right now in the Rays bullpen.
Diaz, a right-handed hitter, wants to hit it the other way, and he hits that one foul just outside the first base bag.
Martinez.
Right by the Rays' former Pittsburgh Pirate first base coach, Corey Dickerson.
Martinez at 84 pitches for the Rays to this point.
1-2. The pitch swung on. That's a little lofty right over the second baseman's head. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Walls into third. The throw by Friedel is going to be cut off by Ellie De La Cruz. And the Rays now with them on the corners and nobody out. Just a little slap single in the right center field right there. It was almost like he was practicing that swing on the first 3 foul balls that he hit.
Well, he's got a pretty good feel for hitting.
Interesting the way he wears his eye black, too. I mean, looks like he's got war paint on.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have a whole lot of need for eye black here in a dome.
Yeah.
Warming for the Reds, number 64, Tony.
Swing and a miss by Jonathan Aranda. Big left-handed hitter, took a walk his last time up. Struck out his first couple of at-bats. Had a home run last night, did Aranda. Big burly first baseman. Phillips with runners on the corner. A little activity now in the Reds bullpen. And a pitch right inside, but just off the plate for a ball. Who's that? Tony Santillan getting loose.
So it looks like.
I do like it with the bullpen mounds on the field.
I do too.
Inside, that's a ball.
I think they're going to say it hit him.
I think it did hit him, and he looks like he's angry. Not because he's in pain. I think he wanted to hit. Well, he goes to first base. The runner at first, or runner at first will be Diaz. He goes to second, and now the Rays have the bases loaded with nobody out. And the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up. Junior Caminero with the bases loaded, the infield in, and a breaking ball just misses outside. Boy, Caminero is seriously stepping in the bucket. He is looking for something to launch the left field. Infield in, playing about even with the bags. Pitch by Phillips is right on the outside corner. A good four-seam fastball at 98. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Valade on deck. Here comes Phillips from the stretch. Swing and a foul straight back. Heading forward a little bit on the breaking ball. Now Phillips ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield plays Caminero very deep, especially in center. Phillips to the plate, swung on. It's a high chopper to Ellie De La Cruz. Leaps to get it. Only 1 play, it's over to first base, and he will retire Caminero on a ground ball 6-3. But Caminero picks up an RBI as the runner comes in from third base, and it's a 6-1 ball game.
Really surprised Ellie didn't go to third. If you get the out at third base there, you keep the force intact everywhere on the infield, and you've got a chance at a double play. He had plenty of time to get the runner at third, but he went across to first instead.
That is 1 out in the inning, and a slow walk out to the Mary Francona means that Connor Phillips is heading to the showers. We'll bring in a Wilbur's mustard pitching change when Tony Santillan comes in right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
You know, there are a few things in life you can always count on. Sunsets, potholes, trash trucks in your way when you're running late. And of course, AAA's never-ending reliable roadside assistance. Because for over 100 years, we're always close and we never close. From tows, jumps, or just smoothing out those bumps in the road, we provide 24/7 service so you can have 24/7 peace of mind. AAA, proud partner of the Cincinnati Reds. Be better prepared for life's curveballs.
As a family-owned company and a top workplace in the region, JTM Food Group has been pioneering kettle-crafted culinary solutions for years. From tantalizing dips to mouth-watering sauces and more, we lead the pack in delivering high-quality, on-trend items to the entire food service industry. But it's not just about the food. It's about our commitment to doing things the JTM way, with passion, integrity, and a dedication to God and His people. Taste the difference today and learn more at jtmfoodgroup.com. JTM, let's create great dishes together.
Experience Bible history at the life-size Noah's Ark. Meet Noah, his family, and the animals on the Ark at the family-friendly Ark Encounter. It's the wonder of the Bible brought to life in Williamstown, Kentucky near Cincinnati. Be awe-inspired by the life-size Noah's Ark. Go inside to discover what life was like on board and to see the incredible sculpted animals. Then meet real animals in our zoo. Take the kids to our world-class playground and carousel and so much more. Kids 10 and under are free. Go to arkencounter.com.
Well, our Rober's Mustard pitching change brings in the big burly right-hander from down in Texas, Tony Santillan. Santillan has had a tremendous start to the season this year. He's been in 10 ball games, pitched 10 innings. He has given up only 3 hits and no runs. And he's got second and third and 1 out as he takes over for Connor Phillips. Infield in, playing even with the bag, looking for a ground ball right at him. And Santillan delivers a strike right on the outside corner to the pinch hitter, Richie Palacios. Palacios pinch hitting for the right-handed hitting Ryan Valade. Valade a pretty good game today, walking a couple of base hits. Now Palacios down 0-1. Santillan, long hold, swing, and a pop-up foul ball back towards us, 0-2. And a timeout at the plate by Palacios. You know, I think that Santillan right now could win the award for the Unsung Hero Award for this Reds bullpen. He has been Mr. Durability and Mr. Dependability. He's 0-2 right now to Palacios. Swung on a ground ball right back to him. He's got the runner hung up between third and home. He dishes it off to Higgins, the catcher. They'll run him all the way halfway down the line, and Diaz will stop to get the tag out. So 1-2 goes to put out. It goes from Santillan to P.J. Higgins, who ran the runner back to the bag and tagged him.
That's textbook right there, Chris. I mean, if you are a young player trying to learn how to play this game the right way, that is how you do it. If you're a pitcher and you get a ground ball back to you, you run straight at the runner, make them commit, and you don't throw until you have to. Perfectly executed.
Well done. A little PFP pays off. And now Johnny DeLuca, center fielder, right-handed hitter, and a breaking ball just off the plate, ball 1. Boy, the Reds bullpen has been lights out, and you can measure that a lot of different ways. One way is by what is your record on the road. Here's the 1-0, and a pitch just off the plate, 2-0.
Well, that's easy to answer. The Reds have the best road record in baseball.
Right now they're 10-2, so I remember Tony La Russa always saying that if you've got a good bullpen, that's the key to winning on the road.
Why did he feel that way?
Well, because you shut down the other team late in the game. You always have to pitch that 9th inning. Swinging a check swing right there, and it's going to be fielded by the first baseman, Sal Stewart. An easy play for him as he trots a base bag to retire Johnny DeLuca. But in the inning, another run. 6-1 Rays over the Reds. We go to the top of the 8th. And Tommy Thrall back with the play-by-play right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
not so sure the Reds are going to be able to get that Rays bullpen. Nick Martinez is back out there with very little action behind him in the bullpen. There is a right-hander loosening, just in case. TJ Friedl takes a breaking ball for a strike. Richie Palacios stays in the game after hitting for Ryan Vilade last inning. Palacios in right. The pitch to TJ Friedl's up high. Reds are down 6-1 in the top of the 8th inning. Rays trying to snap their 3-game losing streak that matches their longest skid of the year. The Reds on their longest win streak of the season.
Challenging the call of ball.
Pitch was a ball, and now a challenge by Fortes. And it was a strike.
Call is overturned. Tampa has 2 challenges remaining.
Now the count flips from 2-1 to 1-2. That's a big pitch. That sinker started in, came back, and got the inside corner. Looked like it was going to come inside, but it just straightened out on the edge. 1-2 on TJ Friedl. A base hit his first time up. Hit the ball hard in the third, but flew out to the center fielder. Then hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Now he lifts one high into the air. Very shallow left field. Chandler Simpson in a hurry. The left fielder will make the catch for the first out of the 8th.
You know, Martinez today has been very efficient with his pitches. He's only thrown 88 pitches so far. They do have some action in the Rays bullpen, but if you're thinking about a complete game, it would be his second in his major league career. Remember the first one, he took a no-hitter into the 9th against the San Diego Padres. Ended up getting the complete game, but not the no-hitter.
Strike called to Matt McLain. McLain laced one to right field. Solid line drive the other way as last time up, the Reds threatening in the 5th. That was the inning the Reds got their only run. But that was caught by Vilade for the final out of the Reds inning. The pitch. Strike on a changeup over the inside corner to Matt McLain. It's 0-2. Nick Martinez has been very good today. The right-hander back to the plate, the 0-2 pitch, and McLain takes a fastball high and outside.
You know, when Martinez has a game like this, I think maybe the best way to describe it is that he's carving up the hitters.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He throws, and the pitch is fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes on McLain.
With some pitchers, you have a pretty good idea what his go-to pitch is, what he likes to throw with 2 strikes, what they throw behind in the count. With Martinez, it's a toss-up.
Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. McLain down on strikes. It's amazing when you watch him, too. I mean, that fastball, it's a sinker. 92 miles an hour. He doesn't overpower you. Like you said, he carves you up. He's relying mostly on that sinker that's around 92 miles an hour. He's only thrown 8 four-seam fastballs, which are a little firmer. Ellie De La Cruz bats now, and a swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup that counts 0-1, and he loves that changeup, and it's been good for him today.
Well, in this series, we've seen a couple of right-handed pitchers that have really done a good job by topping out around 92, because that's about where Rhett Lauder is.
The 0-1. And De La Cruz lifts it high into the air. Left center field. DeLuca is over. He's under it. He's got it. The Reds are out in order again in the 8th. 6-1. Rays lead the Reds on the Reds Radio Network.
There is a land where excitement meets opportunity every day, where happiness and wonder start to feel like home. A place that makes your heart race at every turn, where a good job and a brighter future are just within reach. Some call this a dream. We call it Kentucky. Your next trip could be your next chapter. So pack up and come see us. It's never been easier to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home. Plan your getaway at KentuckyTourism.com.
Legendary doesn't happen by chance. It happens because it's what BetMGM does. Get ready for the new baseball season with the exclusive retail sportsbook of the Cincinnati Reds. BetMGM has a state-of-the-art app with tons of betting options and promotions, and it's the best place for all your baseball bets. Sign up today. BetMGM, make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with MGM Northfield Park. 21 plus and present in Ohio. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Think a printer is just a printer? Think again. Today's multifunction printers store sensitive data, connect to your network, and can be a prime target for hackers. At Modern Office Methods, Cincinnati's authorized RICO dealer, they help you secure your devices with advanced encryption and authentication controls. Mom protects your data with automated deletion of stored documents and detects threats in real time with built-in security alerts. Visit momnet.com to secure your print environment today. Modern Office Methods, secure technology for a secure workplace.
Champion Windows and the Cincinnati Reds are teaming up to give you a home run deal. Right now, we're offering buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And for a limited time, Reds fans can get an additional $1,000 off a sunroom using promo code GO Reds. Call or schedule your free estimate online at championsavenow.com.
A Wober's mustard pitching change as Brock Burke takes over for the Reds here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're down by 5, 6-1. Burke, born in Chicago, raised in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains in Evergreen, Colorado.
First pitch to Ben Williamson's low and inside for ball 1. The count is 1-0 on Williamson. Chandler Simpson and Nick Fortes will follow. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. Burke delivers. Fouled off to the right. Reds are down 6-1, so they're in danger of snapping their winning streak. The Reds had won 7 of 8 coming into play today. The Rays dropping 3 straight, 4 of 5 since their 6-game win streak. Burke from the belt throws, and the pitch is over but low. I wonder how good this Tampa Bay team is going to turn out to be this year. They have struggled. In fact, they have lost 2 of 3 against all their National League Central foes. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit in the air, right field. There's Benson to pick it off for the first out in the 8th. 1 down. Which kind of tells you that the National League Central might be pretty good this year. I mean, you look at the records of everybody. Everybody's over 500. It's still a tight race in the division. I know we're still very early.
And, of course, a lot of the American League is playing the National League Central. So you're getting a gauge of them as well.
Chandler Simpson standing in, grounds it right back to the pitcher. Burke gloves it, reaching back behind him. Fields it and throws to first in time. Not behind him, but reaching across his body to field that one hopper. He finishes pretty square to the plate, good fielding position, which allows him to field his position fairly well.
That is not going to give him bragging rights over Sam Maul.
Not even close.
Who picked one off with his back to home plate, looking at center field wall, just flicked his glove out there, and there the ball appeared.
Sam is going to have bragging rights on that play for a while. Nick Fortes, the batter. Ripped foul, third base side. The count is 0-1 on Fortes. Fortes 0 for 2 was hit by a pitch his first time up. He's hit into a double play, line to center. Burke sets, and here's his 0-1. Fouled down the right field line. That is into the Rays bullpen, which is on the field of play, as Chris outlined earlier. Is this the only one left with the bullpens on the field?
I was thinking about that.
I'm trying to think about Sacramento. Wrigley, they've moved them off.
I think Sacramento's back behind the fence out there in left field.
I can't remember. Here's the 0-2. Over but low. One ball, 2 strikes the count.
Now, the Wrigley bullpen, when it was on the field, that was a fun spot.
Swinging a soft ground ball to the right side. Matt McClain moving far to his left. Fields throws close. Out at first is Fortes on a bang-bang play. Inning over. Brock Burke retires the 3 in the 8th. On to the 9th. Last chance for the Reds. Coming up, it's the Rays 6, Reds 1 on the Reds Radio Network.
Well, the day is over for Nick Martinez, and a pretty good day he had. 7 innings, or make it 8 innings of one-run baseball against his former team, the Reds. He's out of the ball game. They will give way to a new pitcher, Kevin Kelly, 6'2" right-hander from Springfield, Virginia, comes into the ball game here in the top of the 9th inning.
So Stewart leads it off. First pitch on the way, and that's a strike over the outside corner at the knees. Reds need a big inning if they're going to keep this game going. Although the Rays bullpen has been among the worst in baseball so far. Swung on, that's fouled away. Their bullpen has a 5.70 ERA. 27th in Major League Baseball. They've allowed among the most home runs in the league as well. Breaking ball sweeps off the outside corner. They have given up 18 home runs. That is the third most. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Ground ball headed for third. It's going to be a tough play, fielded by Caminero, and it'll be a foul ball. Are they going to call it a foul ball, or is Sal Stewart out?
No, Sal just didn't know. Oh, it did go off his foot.
Oh, okay. I think the home plate umpire had the call off his foot.
I mean, Sal would not be the kind of player just not to run.
No. And the Rays are trying to figure it out, if that was in fact a foul ball or not. But it's going to be a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Stewart. 1 for 3 today. The pitch. Way high and outside from the side-arming right-hander.
You know, the Rays have always been a team that have liked to have different type of pitchers in their bullpen. Lefties, righties, side armors, overhand pitchers. And Kelly gives you a different look.
2-2. There's a weak roller. This time it is in play. Third baseman Caminero fields and throws in time to get Stewart. There's 1 down. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, official legal counsel of the Reds. You're talking about different looks. I think there's a lot of value in giving teams different looks out of your bullpen.
Especially when pitchers are only out there for 1 inning at a time.
Eugenio Suarez swings and fouls it over by the Reds on deck circle.
I mean, Kelly, kind of a big guy. He drops way down on his back leg and then gives you a sidearm look. Not overpowering, but just kind of funky.
The right-hander comes set. Now the 0-1. Suarez swings and fouls it back out of play. That'll end up in the upper deck. More than 15,000 here at Tropicana Field, 15,546. The 0-2. On the ground on the left side. Caminero moving to his left. Cuts it off. Fields throws. And out at first is Suarez. Reds down to their final out. Reds are off tomorrow, and then they will pick things up back at home. Rays also have an off day tomorrow before the Twins come to town. The Reds will welcome the Tigers on Friday for a weekend series against Detroit. First pitch to Nathaniel Lowe. Check swing. Didn't go. And the count is, no, he did go. They ask at third and say that he went. 0-1 on Nathaniel Lowe. And now Lowe's going to use a timeout. Back out of the box. Nothing in 1 on Lowe. Kelly with the high set, he throws, and Lowe swings and rolls it foul over by the Rays on deck circle, and he's down to the count 0-2. Andrew Abbott against Framber Valdez tomorrow. A couple of lefties will square off on Friday, rather, not tomorrow. Friday night, 6:40 start. The 0-2. Up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Saturday, it's announced that Brandon Phillips will be signing a 1-day contract and retire with the Reds. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And down on strikes, Nathaniel Lowe. That's all Reds fall. 6-1 the final score. The Reds snap their 5-game winning streak. Losing to the Rays in the series finale, but still, what a road trip for the Reds. They go 5-1 between Minnesota and Tampa. Pretty crazy when you think about the Twins were a half game out of the best league in the American League going into that series. They come down here to St. Petersburg where the Rays were a half game behind the best record in the American League when this series began. Reds take 3 from Minnesota, 2 of 3 from the Rays. Final score, Rays 6, Reds 1. We're back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Reds fans, Reds.TV season pass subscriptions are on sale now. Stream all locally distributed games in the Reds home television